Nothing beats the feeling of getting the anime adaptation news for a manga you have been a fan of. 3 years ago, Dress Up Darling announcement made me blissful, and the same bliss was reignited by Kaoruko Hana. These two already have set the bar for the season alongside Bonigal Senpai. What a season for romance, to be honest. Dandadan is the highlight of the summer, but let's not scoff off these two animes. As a romance genre connoisseur, there was a divide in the genre which I call traditional versus modern style. So, in the traditional style, all characters are green flags for the most parts. Kimi no Todoke, Sunnibyo, Fruits Basket, Takagi-san, and even Horimiya. You slowly learn about characters building up to the climax, which is the confession, a by the book setting that has been working for generations. Then came the rambunctious modern style, the ideal girlfriend trope, the bisozo with preference that weebs will appreciate, a girl that understands bunny suits, a girl that understands Imoto. Dress Up Darling is the perfect example of this. I mean, with Marin with you, life is set. But characters like Sawako, Rika, Toru, and Takagi-san aren't like Marin. Till the show they are part of is some of the best romance I have ever seen. Nothing pulls the strings like the traditional style, but nothing is as entertaining as the modern style. It's kinda ironic we have both kinds in this season. Talking about Kaoruko, it is one of the best written stories in terms of characters. The chemistry build up, the struggles, side character stories, everything is S tier. I mean, as I was reading through the story, there were no dull moments, especially when these two were on the screen. I mean, we have seen the rival school slash faction trope many times. Boarding School Juliet is a perfect example of this, a great romance anime if you want recommendations. Same goes for Kaoruko Hana. Even with being neighbors, Chidori and Kikyo seem to exist in two different worlds. Big animosity to the point where any kind of interaction is taboo, except for two individuals, Rintaro and Kaoruko. Kaoruko is a regular of Rintaro's cake shop, and her love for cakes is what started their journey as a couple. A very wholesome story with lovable characters. Then there is Dress Up Darling. While Kaoruko has a slow start, Dress Up Darling was an instant classic from the get-go. Marin and Gozo's chemistry is unmatched. Marin's desire for cosplays and Gozo's meticulous attention to detail lead to some of the most entertaining stories. The amount of effort they show for cosplays to make sense is second to none. I mean, they made cosplaying interesting to someone who didn't know anything about cosplaying in the first place. Season 1 was amazing, and I assure you, Season 2 will be amazing as well. So, traditional versus modern style. Both have their pros and cons. In terms of quantity, traditional far outweighs the modern style. Dress Up Darling and Bunny Girl Senpai are the two best of the modern style. Yet traditional style is filled with classics, so it is not a fair comparison. However, one thing for sure is that modern style has no dull moments. Sometimes in traditional, the confession part is stretched out by a lot. Then comes the light novel protagonist qualities, which makes the watching experience so frustrating sometimes. Yes, there are perfect animes like Chunibyo, which to be honest is a 10 out of 10 romance, but even the notorious Kimi no Todoke had frustrating parts in it. That doesn't happen in modern style. As a full product, and when done right, from episode 1 to 14, there are no dull moments. However, the done right part is lacking for most series. I mean, you have Rent a Girlfriend for modern style, which just screams trash. But to those 0.00001% fans of Rent a Girlfriend, season 4 is airing, so have fun watching that, I guess. Overall, modern style is more of my jam as I have grown out of my teens, but simply because of the body of work in traditional style, I have to lean towards traditional for now. In terms of Kaoruko versus Dress Up Darling, it's a very difficult decision to make. I have to think for quite a long time, but my pick as a fan of both is Dress Up Darling. Marin Supremacy is just that good. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my rambles, and for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.